Alright, so this video, I just will say right now, is going to be completely, off the dome. I didn't really write anything down for this. I kind of just wanted to get my thoughts out there and out of the way now. So, I'm talking about The Boys series finale. And, first of all, I want to say, I don't think it was bad. I don't think it was a complete dumpster fire. But, that's being said, I think there was a lot of fucking problems. Mainly being the pacing and the poor writing. Especially the character dialogue. My god. So, if you don't know, this season, was originally, and the showrunner confirmed this, it was supposed to be 13 episodes. And I feel like this finale really proves that. Because it just felt like there's so much missing. Like, yeah, they kind of wrapped most of the plot lines and characters up, but it just felt so rushed. It felt so fast. It didn't really give me time to feel fucking anything. Same with Frenchie's death. Frenchie, one of my favorite characters. The actor, maybe not so much, but I love Frenchie. Like, every season, he's been one of my favorite characters. But his death it made me feel fucking nothing. Because it just felt rushed. It felt like it didn't really matter that much. Like, it didn't make me feel anything. I didn't shed a tear. I didn't feel one fucking drop of emotion. I was just like, damn, he's dead. Same with this episode. And I'm going to start getting to spoiler territory for the finale. Because I'm probably going to upload this as soon as I'm done recording this. You know, Homelander's death. So, Kimiko, Ryan, and Butcher. At first it's just Butcher and Kimiko. But they are beating Homelander up. And let me just say, genuinely, what was the point of the V1? And what does the V1 do exactly? Because I don't think it did fucking jack shit. Homelander did not seem any more powerful. He didn't seem any more indestructible. If anything, he seemed fucking weaker. He seemed weaker than usual. And the V1 was supposed to make him this immortal fucking god, like, way stronger than he was before. And then he's just not. And then he's just fucking... He's just the same as he was. If not weaker, probably for fucking plot convenience. Which is just, it's fucking disappointing. It makes you think what the fucking entire point was for getting the V1. Besides making Homelander think, oh, I guess I'm a god now just because I took this thing that's supposed to make me a god. I don't know, man. Fucking poor writing. But yeah, they're beating Homelander up for like 2 minutes, and then Ryan comes in. And earlier in the episode, I was really scared, because I will say, I think the writing could have been way worse in this episode, and it could have gone down a different route, but honestly, probably would have been better at this point, but for a second, I was thinking Ryan was going to side with Big Daddy Homelander. Thank God that didn't happen, because I think that would have been fucking stupid as hell. But, yeah, that kind of scared me for a second. I also was scared towards the end of the episode and thought Ryan was going to maybe, you know, become like his dad, like he was kind of scared of in the beginning because of his feelings with his death, because you can tell that, and, you know, yeah, Homelander dies, but you can kind of tell that Ryan, even though he fucking hated his dad and, you know, knew he was a fucking awful person, still is upset, because, I mean, he's a kid and he just lost his dad. And yeah, his dad was a piece of shit, but, like, you know, seeing your dad scalped is kind of fucked. So, you know, Kimiko, Butcher, beating up Homelander for a second, and then Ryan swoops in. And after Ryan gets there, it takes about, I think it was 2 or 3 minutes to depower Homelander. And, like, what the fuck? Like, you're telling me, after getting this fucking massive upgrade, and already being the most powerful soup on Earth, you are taken down in less than 5 minutes. Like, brother. What the fuck? We've watched Homelander fight for way longer. Against stronger fucking people, too. But no, he just... 5 minutes, he just gets his fucking ass handed to him and gets depowered. Now, after he gets depowered, I do kind of like how, you know, Butcher kills Homelander, and I think it's very, like, poetic. I love the scene where he kind of tries to use his powers and flies up, and he can't, and then he just gets so fucking desperate. And then Butcher, you know, kills him, and he kills him the exact way he did in the comics. Well, kinda, because he killed Noir the same way in the comics, but it was Homelander in disguise, so... You get what I'm saying, though. He died the same way he did in the comics, and I kind of like that. But... And then just hearing him beg for his life, that was great. I loved that. I thought that was done perfectly. I don't think he could have done that any better. But just the build-up to that scene and how it took 5 minutes to depower him... Really? Really? Come on, man. 5 minutes is all it took. Like, it's just disappointing. Like, I wanted so much more, and the thing is, if it went with the original plan of being 13 episodes, we could have probably had an entire episode, like this entire last episode or two, dedicated to, you know, this huge fucking fight that has been promised to us since season 3. This was supposed to be blood and bone, shock and awe. Fucking scorched earth. Not shit was scorched, or, you know, in 5 fucking minutes it was, and the only thing that got scorched was fucking Homelander's chest. Not even. Like, scorched earth, my fucking ass. Scorched Homeland. Like, it's just... It's sad, man. It's sad. Like, if they went with this original plan, I think this could have been one of the greatest final seasons on television. Without a doubt. And this is the thing I'm also going to transition to, and how the, you know, rest of the season, so besides the finale, kind of ruins the finale and the show as a whole because of how bad the pacing and writing has been in previous episodes as well. And even worse so. Like, fucking episode 4 and 5, like, oh my god, dude. One-shots pissed me off. Like, I know there's a lot of people that did like that episode, and, you know, I don't think it was bad. But the thing is, it just, with only so little time, it just felt insulting. It felt like it was unneeded. Like, seriously, looking back, what besides, you know, the firecracker shit really changed the finale? Like, what changed? Seriously. I want to fucking know. It didn't really change fucking jack shit. And, alright, let me talk about the Deep stuff. I think the way the Deep died was also kind of rushed. Like, he dies in fucking, you know, actually the same, I'm pretty sure it took maybe longer for him to die. It's not the same time for him to die as Homelander fucking did. Which, you know, Deep definitely should have had a longer drawn-out death. And then just, oh my god, the dialogue, dude. The dialogue is just... Oh, the dialogue was some of the worst parts of this episode. It was so, like, Marvel fucking good boy points dialogue. Like, fucking cliche superhero dialogue shit. Which is one thing I want to talk about, and, like, I'll probably make an entire, like, detailed video about this whole thing and how The Boys has become exactly what it was making fun of when it started. The Boys started as a critique on superhero franchises and cinematic universes and all that. That was the point of the show. That was the underlying message, and how these superhero franchises are bullshit. They just want your money. You know, it's just slop. And here we are now with 2 spin-offs all the way. We already had one, Gen V, which I haven't watched yet, but I've heard it's good. But, you know, that shit's completely fucking useless now, too, with the finale, because what Marie Marone did, she did fucking jack shit. Like, oh, she drove a van of people away. Wow, guys. wow, she drove people away when she has literally fucking blood powers. Okay, yeah, sure, man. Sure. Like, I guarantee, I know those Gen V people are fucking pissed. I mean, I'm not that pissed because I didn't watch the show, but I mean, even I know that was fucking stupid. Well, what was the point of even bringing her up in this season? And, like, honestly, they probably were going to do, like, a Gen V Season 3, but then that shit got canceled. So, yeah, not a good look now. And, yeah, just the spin-off shit. They're clearly setting up for some kind of continuation through the story, through, like, Boys Mexico or Vought Rising. And it's just, it's sad. It's sad to see the boys become what I used to hate and what it used to hate on, which is Marvel slop, Marvel bullshit. That's exactly what they were making fun of in the beginning, and now they've become exactly who they sought to destroy. You know the saying, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. And, well, here we are. Here we are. It has become the exact thing it sought to make fun of. But that's for a whole other video. And then after Homelander dies, so I'm getting to like the epilogue part now. I thought the epilogue was pretty bittersweet. I liked it. I liked it for the most part. I thought some of the dialogue was still pretty, bad. But, I kind of liked the funeral scene. Oh yeah, I'm getting the Butcher shit. So, Butcher, they're all celebrating after killing Homelander. They're all happy and satisfied. And, Butcher sits down with Ryan to talk because you can clearly see he's upset. And he's like, hey, man, I know you had, how you feel. You had to do what you had to do. And he's like, let's, me, you, and Tara, let's have a fresh, start. And Ryan's just like, yeah, no, you're kind of a bad person. And I like that. He leaves and he's like, I choose myself. Like, I don't choose my dad. I don't choose you. I choose myself. Which, I kind of like that for Ryan's character. Would have made me feel a lot better about it if it wasn't fucking done in a couple of minutes. And then, Tara's death. Tara's death was, sad. It was. And this is kind of what sends Butcher over the edge, and Butcher basically decides to, that's when he decides he wants to kill all Soups. Which, like, I can kind of see why he feels that way. Because, like, he has nothing else. And honestly, the only thing he had besides, like, Tara, Ryan, whatever, was, like, his vendetta against Soups and killing Homelander, which, he's already killed Homelander, so what does he have left now? Besides to, well, try and kill every Soup on the planet, because that was his, like, end-all, be-all since, like, halfway through Season 4, Season 3. And, he takes the virus, he kind of runs off, and Huey instantly pretty much suspects what's up, and, goes to Vought Tower. And I do like this scene. I do like how, Butcher kind of goes out. It was pretty sweet in the end. But the thing is, it's just, I didn't tear up or anything. And I love Butcher. Like, I almost teared up. But it's just how bad the writing and pacing has been in these episodes. It's just made me feel nothing. Like, I can't feel anything for a show heavily if it's just going this fucking fast. Like, Walter's death in Breaking Bad. Let me use that as an example. I bawled my fucking eyes out, man. That shit was so sad. And it just, I saw someone in, like, an Instagram comment sessions say how this finale was, like, on par with Breaking Bad. I don't know what the fuck that guy's smoking, but it's gotta be some good fucking shit to say that finale is on par with Breaking Bad. Like, that is, no. Like, I don't even know how to just fight that, just no. I also saw someone just like, oh, name, like, name a show better, like, that had a better finale than this. And it literally just, like, well, like, 90% of fucking television, because they don't have this fucking rushed, fucking horrendous paced endings. But, anyway, I'm sidetracking. So, Butcher tries to release a virus at Vault Tower, and I kind of like how they, Huey and Butcher kind of do this in the Room of the Seven. I thought that was pretty cool. And, Huey shoots Butcher, just as he about to, like, almost change his mind. And, he's bleeding out, and it was a sweet death. It was bittersweet. And then, after that, shows Butcher's funeral, which I also liked. I thought the gravestone engraving almost made me cry. That almost made me cry, I will say. That was pretty sweet. And then we get to the epilogues. Mother's Milk gets married again, which is go him. And I guess he might be taking Ryan under his wing. I don't know. And then we see Kamiko, and she's in Paris, or that's what it appears to be. I'm guessing she's in Paris, kind of just going where Frenchie came from, which I thought that was also sweet. And then we get to the Huey stuff, and dude, okay, you guys probably don't want to smile. I'm about to get to it. It's really fucking weird. So Huey, he's just walking home with a bag of whatever the fuck. Well, it's beer. We find out after a couple minutes. But he gets a call from Bob, who was the other presidential candidate who didn't win that first time around. And he's basically like, hey, have a superhero like head, you want to join? And then he was just like, nah, not really. Which I, kind of like how he kind of just brushed that off and was like, no, I'm good. I'll do my own thing. And then, we get to, he was like, oh, I'm doing my own business, like a solo venture. And, he bought the technology shop from, like, way back in season 1 where he used to work, which I thought was also pretty bittersweet. The problem is, I don't feel fucking nothing, because this just felt so rushed and forced, because we didn't really have any preluding before, like, this, to show that this would happen. Like, this episode, Huey does do a decent amount, but the entire, like, season before this episode, Huey has done jack shit. And Huey is the main protagonist, mind you. Like, you need to remember that. Huey is the main protagonist of The Boys, besides, like, Butcher and Homelander, of course. Like, they're also pretty much the main focus. But, like, we started out with Huey. Like, this, like, The Boys, this series of The Boys is, like, this is Huey's story. And this entire last season has felt like Huey's felt like a fucking side character. Like, it would be like if the final season of Breaking Bad, the focus was put on fucking Hank. Like, the whole time, instead of being put on Walter. Which just, doesn't make fucking sense. And it's just, now that we're at the final episode, now he starts doing shit, and it just kind of pisses me off, because it's just like, okay, where has this Huey been the whole fucking season? Like, he hasn't been doing shit. Anyway, so he, goes inside the shop, shows Annie, and that she's pregnant. What a surprise. What a cliche. Not saying it's a bad thing, but it's like, I wasn't very surprised. I was honestly figuring she was going to probably be pregnant. And, they're talking, and Annie goes off to see, I don't even remember. She goes off somewhere. But, okay, this will be the last thing to talk about, because this is honestly getting pretty long. So, with the final lines, and the name of, oh my god, the name of Starlight's baby, he kisses Annie's stomach and says, take good care of your mom for me, Robin. Oh my god! You named your fucking baby after your dead ex-girlfriend! Like, dude! Dude, oh my god. Oh, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Like, especially the way it was just delivered, and then just like, it would have been nice if they were maybe talking about like, oh, if we had a baby, what we need, like early in the season, but just hearing that, I was like, I literally instantly was like, ooh, that's yikes. That's not good. You named your baby after your ex-girlfriend. Alright, man. Kind of weird, but sure. And, then Starlight flies off to kind of just one final pan shot with Huey, and then it's over. Now, do I think the finale was, like, bad? Like, awful Game of Thrones level? Fuck no. It was definitely not a bad finale. I thought it was honestly pretty decent. But it still kind of left me empty, which, like, that'll happen with series finales, but left me empty and just not feel really anything. Like, I had that emptiness with Breaking Bad, but it's because I wanted more. Because I yearned for more. I don't want more with the boys, or I didn't want more with the boys. Like, I wanted this season to have a very satisfying conclusion that wrapped up the whole universe and all of that, because that's how it should be. The boys, it doesn't need spin-offs, but now we're going into spin-off territory. So, of course, they want to leave room for those spin-offs and potentially continuing the story in a way in those in the future. Because, like, clearly, the way the final episode is laid out, it's definitely leaving some room open for characters to return, like, in later spin-offs, especially for Soldier Boy. Like, let's be honest, Soldier Boy's gonna come back, and, like, Vought Rising, I guarantee, will be, like, from his point of view or something. Who knows? Like, it'll be him telling his old stories, like, in the present day. Like, I don't know. I'm just going off the dome. But yeah, overall, just a disappointing finale. Not even bad. It was just underwhelming and disappointing, and it should have just been so much more than it was. And overall, like, rating as like an overall rating as an ending, I would give it like a 6.57 out of 10. Like, it was a good ending. In terms for the boys, though, it's a 3.5 at best. And that's pretty much all I have to say for this, guys. I kind of want to just come on here and just rant off the dome, because this entire season has pissed me off. And I will probably do a detailed video about the whole entire boys series eventually, but I just wanted to get my thoughts about the final episode out now. So, anyways, guys, I appreciate you for watching, and anyone that's watched my other content, I know this is a very big, like, fucking, like, turn from my original content, and I'm probably going to try and move away from that content I used to post, and maybe post on another account somewhere else, but kind of want to focus on more, what's the word? More like effort in my content, and not just story time slot, which I'd be happy to do on another channel, but I kind of want to make some quality content on here. But anyways, guys, that's my thoughts on the finale. Let me know in the comments how you thought, and I'll see you guys next time. And it will be soon, because I have a lot of free time now. I just got out of school, so see you guys later.